Okay, welcome. I can't be here for New Year's, so I have decided to pre-record going through the 2.5 sketchbooks that I created from 1st of May 2018 through till current day. So it's mainly going to be me flicking pages, which I might even speed up a little bit. We'll see how long this takes. Some of these are definitely from in and around when I was doing the natural history illustration online course as moderator. Some of them, this one ended up being a couple of clockwork birds, rosellas, pigs, and hoopoe. What was I doing? I think I was doing something kudu related when that one came out. What was it? The Walker Waterworks. I did an art app for them for using one's phone in the notes section of one's phone. All of these eels and the deep sea creatures was for doing the Ravenloft cover of Standing Forlorn, a module rewriting a D&D. Flick back. The Wombats. The Wombats was in and around the Black Summer that we had in 2019 when we did a fundraiser for Australian Wildlife Rescue. If you look up Wisdom Under Fire on the DMs Guild website, you'll find the vast and beautiful publication that a bunch of international people put together, myself included. That's why I've got all of these Australian animals, figuring out what they look like for my contributions. And the magpie with counting of the wing feathers was for a clockwork commission. So do anything specific with the swans? I think the swan sketches here might have been for the notepad design that I did sometime later. Tailor bird. This was for the tailor bird, and the swan was practice for a commission that I did for the CoronaCast presenters. (2020). Start speeding up a little bit. Staffy dogs. I really love how that turned out. Just simple blocks of colour. Gee, I wish I was good at illustration or drawing. I wish that I could draw as well as you. Well, if you put in time. How much time? Well, we haven't got to the end of the first book yet. Some live sketching of one of my friend's horses out in the field. Frogs. Why was I doing frogs? Probably because I felt like it. So this is coming to the end of 2020. (31st of December). I think my aim 31st of December was to finish the sketchbook. So it was a case of I'm going to sketch until it's done. And then we pop over to 1st of January early. So it was very early in the morning. I think I went and slept for a bit and then came back on the 1st of January to finish this sketchbook. And there we are, January 1st, 2021. Finished the first sketchbook. Second sketchbook. To rooster designs for a chook drawing session that I did at Lake Macquarie. 2022, I think? 21. Second sketchbook. Getting better at drawing cats. Still need a lot more practice. Ooh, let's square this up a bit more. So all of these sketches have been done during my, or almost all. I'm sure there's a page or two where I use this sketchbook rather than a fresh one. but predominantly Wednesday morning, live sketching, a page to a page and a half if I'm lucky. Every week, except the occasional when I'm on holidays. For what, 2018 to 2025? Trying to do math in my head while turning pages and talking. One thing's got to stop. So do spend the time looking at feet if you're drawing animals. It's so easy to skip them because they're generally hidden in grass or hard to see. Take the time. Your artwork will be improved because of it. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 7 years these sketchbooks compile. 7 years of weekly sketching just for an hour and a half every week. And yes, I'm pretty good. I was already very competent with drawing before I started doing these live sketching sessions. But I do like how that little robin turned out. Isn't he lovely? End of 2022-23, I did all the different animals for the alphabet. So if one pauses on this screen, you can find all sorts of weird and not quite normal. I got a J for Jack Russell. I think there's got 2 or 3 dogs in this one because I wanted to draw dogs. Bowerbirds, lyrebirds. What's a satin bowerbird? I think I did some clockwork birds, which is why those were my first hydrangea blossoms, having transplanted them from cuttings. Frogs. I really do like how these watercolours turned out. Every time I do something like this, I'm like, I should do more watercolours. And then I let myself get intimidated. Skip one. No, we didn't. Unusual dogs. A, B, C's. Dogs beginning with A, dogs beginning with B. I think they were just unusual ones, or ones that I hadn't heard of before. More cats. More cats. These are for Tansy Rayner Roberts' Kickstarter in 2023? 22, 23, yeah. I gotta write the years, 23. These are for stickers that I designed for her Kickstarter of the 3 cat characters. Oh, I could do better on the eyes, but that's why we keep drawing. Badgers, possums, brachycephalic canines. Sleeping dogs. I do like how they turned out. It does seem to be in kind of this area that I do my nice ones. Probably I get warmed up enough. And then this is me coming in towards the end of the year and trying to fill up the pages a bit faster by doing big pictures. Back in 2023. Getting to the end of 2023. Pigs, sea pigs, pig-footed bandicoots. Horses for Steffi. And then the end of the sketchbook, January 2024, creatures beginning with Z. And then the current sketchbook. These out. Hopefully the focus is working okay. Yep. We have beginning 2024 with A, Kakapo, using up my green ink that I found was too light for painting with. Birds and borzoi. The turtles would be for a printmaking exhibition that we did last year. My first lighthouse in May, sketching the dogs as a warm-up. 23 or 24? Yeah, that would be last year. Then cats, because I still need to get better at cats. Swimming horses for the Kelpie painting. 1 second. There it is. Kelpie painting that I did for the Ravens Art Gallery in Maitland last year. Dragons, bees, salamanders, creatures beginning with T, because alphabets are fun. Orangutans warming up for artworks that I did for a fundraiser for a a primatologist, someone who studied orangutans, came and gave a talk, and we did a fundraiser, and I contributed some art to that. And then more inks, using up more of my green ink with my chonky horses, starting to get my head around how I wanted to do my library horse, which I ended up pulling the plug on last year but doing this year, so we will have more draft horses through the sketchbook. Birds of prey, kingfishers, one of my favourite birds, jellyfish and rock pools, giraffes, which I do enjoy coming back to, potoroos, coming towards the end of last year and starting to do some tigers for the Year of the Tiger. I think it was why I did tigers. No, it's Year of the Rabbit. It was because we were ending the Year of the Tiger and heading towards Year of the Rabbit. That would be why it was. And hares. Tapirs for the Suburban Review cover art that I did early in 2025. And then we're into stripes, spots, civets, various chicken things, prairie chickens and other. Flying fish for Tansy Rayner Roberts' Kickstarter that was earlier this year that involved a flying teacup, cats in boxes, dogs on chairs, elephants, crocodilians, lions. Back to the lighthouse for another artist in residency, doing a page of dogs each day. So these were not live. I don't think these were live streamed. Beach dogs. Eagles for Stephanie Burgess's commission of a bald eagle griffinet. And then the artwork for the notepads for the International Bat Research Conference. And then I started getting stuck into my colour pencils. More chonky horses for the New England Regional Art Gallery's annual fundraiser. Puffins, because they make my heart happy, and why not? Chameleons and scorpions, because I realised they're two species that I haven't drawn a great deal, especially the scorpions. This page was trying to find animals that I hadn't drawn before. Owls, bats, getting ready for Fat Bat Week. Lizards and chimera. I'd forgotten about the mandarin duck, camel wombat. Yeah. Rhinos, beautiful chunky boys. Sinuous creatures. Hummingbirds. Beetles. Turtles. And then I started getting into my ink colours, which is where we are now. So we will hit the end of the year about 3/5 of the way through the sketchbook. So next year I will be back on the 1st of January, and I will kick off then with green animals, I think. So if people go, oh, I wish I could get good at drawing, you're looking at about that much work for a start, plus some, and then some. More sketching in the new year.